Okay, hello, good morning to everyone, and welcome to our session for today. Okay, for today, my dear students, we are going to be continuing first with a very short discussion of of our new lesson for Physical Education 11. Before I give you further into your succeeding performance task that is going to be leading to your finals. Okay. We all know, my dear students, that we only have a few weeks left, and then it's already your finals. And to that note, okay, what we are going to be focusing for today or starting today up until your finals would be a series of exercises or what we call progressive workout programs that you could work on, okay, with regards to enhancing, okay, your physiological attributes. Okay, so with that one, uh, just before we start with the lesson, or just before we start with what do they call this, with a new chapter in our physical improvemess. Okay, I will be asking you this question. So you have already experienced, okay, performing a what do you call this, a physical fitness test. Okay, and again, the physical fitness test, the idea to that one is for you to be able to identify, okay, for you to be able to identify the level of fitness that you have, okay, the level of fitness that you have. And the thing is that when when we are talking about, okay, looking into your fitness level, what did you find out about yourself? Okay, so that's my question. So what did you find out about yourself when it regards to your fitness level? Okay, so that would be the first question. So how was it after performing your fitness test? How was it? Anyone? So after performing the kneeling push-ups, the stork stand test, the 3-minute step up test, okay, what did you find out about yourself? What did you find out? Anyone? Anyone? Maybe you could share to me some insights about your what you had, what did you find out? Anyone? Hello? Sige, Miss Aranas. So what did you find out about yourself?
Hello po, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, after the fitness test po, I have realized that in some tests, there are actually some wherein I am good, and there are some that I also don't excel. So
Mhm.
I so I think I'm in a level of um I'm kind of good at in my physical test, but since there are some that I'm not good at also, I don't really know how to evaluate the whole physical test po, fitness test.
Okay. And Miss Sigrid, okay, just for out of curiosity, amongst the tests that you did, which one do you think you had um, the strongest performance, and which one you had the weakest performance?
The strongest po is the balance,
Okay,
and
good.
the weakest is the muscular po.
Ayun, the muscular strength, The kneeling push-ups. Okay, I think that would be understandable and that would be more likely for everyone who to understand. Okay, so who else po? Anyone else? Okay, sige po. um on this note, okay, what we are going to be looking into for today would be the main idea on how should you be improving on your physical attributes, particularly what are you actually looking into when it comes to improving on your physique, okay? And the thing is that if we are going to be improving on our physique or on our health levels, of course, we have to engage into different types of physical activities, okay, or what we call exercises and sports activities, for you to be able to make sure that you can either, okay, improve on your physical looks, or you could also improve on your fitness level, or you could also improve, okay, on your lifestyle, okay, particularly that nowadays that we should be able to look into the idea of changing our sedentary lifestyle, okay, as we all know, no, that for the past 2 years we have been experiencing, or we have been or we have, okay, or we were forced, actually we were forced to experience a sedentary lifestyle due to this pandemic, okay, due to this pandemic. And the thing is that during this pandemic, okay, we have actually discovered, okay, a lot of things when it regards to having a good lifestyle, because number one, it's quite difficult to go out, especially nowadays, that of course we are just trying to protect each other when it regards to being affected by this virus, okay. That's why for today, my dear students, we are going to be talking about the different components of exercises, and mainly these are also applied in your with your what do you call this, other physical activities. This is also applied in sports activities that you are engaged in. Now, just before we start, I would just like to advise everyone that please ensure that your microphones are ready. As when I call your name, I am going to be calling you, wherein you are going to be reading the shared information. Okay, that is on your screen right now. And aside from that one, you will be also, or you're also going to be looking into, okay, what is the importance of what we are going to be discussing today. Okay, so just before we start, I would like you to look at the words, okay, that is shown on the screen right now. Okay, and could you identify which one are you from these words? And so, which one of you are from these words? Again, so just give it a thought. Okay, so why did I ask that one? Because for today, my dear students, okay, our intended learning outcomes for our class for today would be the following. Okay, number one, okay, differentiate between warm up and cool down exercises. Number two, cite the importance of performing warm up and cool down exercises. Number three, engage in the class warm up and cool down exercises. Number four, identify the composition of core muscles and the role they play in doing daily activities. Number five, explain the significance of core strengthening exercises in one's fitness level. And number six, execute exercises correctly. Okay. So for today, what we are going to be talking about would be the different components of exercise. And with that one, we usually start our exercise program with a 5 to 10 minute warm up exercise. So with this one, I would like to ask, okay, Miss Alcantara to please read the information that is shared on the screen right now.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Warming up helps prepare your body for aerobic activity. A warm up gradually revs up your cardiovascular system by raising your body temperature and increasing blood flow to your muscles. Warming up may also help reduce muscle soreness and lessen risk of injury.
Okay. And to this note, my dear students, if we are going to be looking into how to warm up, this is the proper way you how you are going to be doing it. So could I have Miss Aranas to please read?
How to warm up? Warm up right before you plan to start your workout. In general, warm up by focusing first on large muscle groups such as your hamstring. Then you can do exercises more specific to your sport or activity if necessary.
Okay. And you could please continue, Miss Aranas.
Begin by doing the activity and movement pattern of your chosen exercise by a low or slow pace that gradually increases in speed and intensity. This is called a dynamic warm-up. A warm-up may produce mild sweating, but generally won't leave you fatigued.
And the thing is that when you are performing, what do you call this, a dynamic warm up exercise, the tendency is that you are actually doing exercises that is similar to the physical activity or to the sport that you are going to be doing. Okay. My dear students, there would be, here are some examples of warm up activities that you are able to do. And basically, you could actually do a warm up exercise by performing a brisk walk or walking slowly for 5 to 10 minutes. You could now, if you are a water person, you could actually start your warm up by swimming at your own pace or at a very very slow pace, and then slowly picking up the tempo. Okay, my dear students, just for a while, please give me just a few minutes. I'll just be getting something, and then I'll be back. Okay, for a while lang po. Please stay on the line. Okay. So again, going back, here are some examples of warm-up activities that could be done. Okay, but these warm-up activities would actually be entailing you for specific movements that you are actually doing, okay, in your actual exercise. And then after doing dynamic warm-up exercises, you can actually start doing, or after doing these types of warm-up exercises, you could continue by doing static stretching, okay, wherein you are actually focusing on the major muscle groups that you need for your activity. Okay, wherein you're going to be holding the stretch, okay, for 20 to 30 seconds, okay, before doing the physical activity. Okay, now a dynamic warm up is done at the start of your warm up routine or your workout routine that is meant to prime or to prepare your body to work at a higher intensity. Now, if you're going to be looking into what is a warm-up exercise, Miss Barrientos, could you please read the shared information on the screen? Miss Alia Barrientos. Okay, wala po yata siya. Miss Favila.
A dynamic warm up focuses on actions similar to the movements you'll do while you work out. For instance, you can do movement based stretching like lunges or squats, or light movements like riding a bicycle or jogging. Dynamic warm ups can help build strength, mobility, and coordination, which can all help improve your workout performance.
And And the thing is that, as I've said a while ago, it is to prime your body for the physical activity that you're about to do. Okay. Now, after performing a warm up exercise, okay, so for quite some time, you have already done your warm up exercises. Okay. The next thing that you are going to be having already in the components of exercise would be conditioning. And conditioning is mainly done for 20 to 60 seconds, and this would be attributed to cardiovascular exercises, resistance training, neuromuscular exercises, and sports activities. So it means that after you have done your dynamic warm up exercises, you are already ready to do the actual, okay, physical activity that you are going to be engaging in that day. But the thing is that, sir, what are these words that are actually right in front of us? Okay, so let us identify one of each. Of course, sports activities would be the actual sports that you are going to be playing. Okay, so what is cardiovascular endurance or cardiovascular or aerobic exercise? Let us have Miss Ferrer.
Cardiovascular or aerobic exercise means with oxygen, which means that breathing controls the amount of oxygen that can make it to the muscles to help them burn fuel and move. Benefits of aerobic exercise improves cardiovascular conditioning, decrease of heart disease.
Okay, and mainly cardiovascular exercises or aerobic exercises would be some examples of this one that um, would be running or jogging for 20 to 45 minutes. You walking continuously. You also have your cycling. You have your swimming. You also have your skipping ropes. You have your skating, your trampolining. Okay, or if you are a avid fan of the road, you could actually combine running, okay, swimming, and cycling in a triathlon. Okay, and basically, this would actually help you, okay, make the cell walls of your heart even thicker and better as you are participating in these type of exercises. Okay. Next one would be resistance training. And what is this all about? Could Miss Galisanao, could you please tell us more about resistance training?
Resistance training is an exercise that causes the muscles to contract against an external resistance with the expectations of increases in strength, tone, mass, and or endurance. The external resistance can be dumbbells, rubber exercise, doing your own body weight, bricks, bottles of water, or any other object that causes the muscles to contract.
Okay, and the target of resistance training is for you to be able to build your muscles or strength. Sir, but this is similar to going to the gym. Yes, correct. This is actually more of weight training. Okay, wherein the idea to this one is to put on resistance or what we call pagpipigil into certain muscles for you to be able to look into by building them through contraction and sudden extensions. Okay, so examples of resistance training again would be weightlifting or going to a fitness center or to a gym. You also have powerlifting and you also have what do you call this? Uh, um, high intensity interval training with the use of bands. Okay. Next one would be neuromuscular exercises. And tell us more about neuromuscular exercises, Mr. Garay. Mr. Garay. Okay. Mr. Horka, Michael Horka.
It addresses the quality of movement and emphasizes joint control in all three biomechanical movement planes. Neuromuscular exercise has effects on functional performance, biomechanics, and muscle activation patterns of the surrounding joint musculature.
Okay. And if we are going to be looking into these, the example exercises that you actually do here would be your yoga, your Tai Chi, and your Pilates. Okay. And mainly the idea to this one is not only for exercises, but it is also using to activate the different parts of your body when it comes to different musculature, where it means that you are looking into how are you supposed to be moving, okay, in a more efficient and effective way. Now, after you have done your conditioning exercises, you are now, for example, you are already tired. You are already, what do you call this? You have already completed, okay, the time or the program that you have been doing. You will now be proceeding to a 5 to 10 cool down exercise. And what is actually a 5 to 10 cool down exercise would allow a gradual recovery of the heart rate and blood pressure and removal of metabolic end products from the muscles used during the more intense conditioning phase. Now, on that note, my dear students, if after every exercise or physical activity or sports activity that you are going to be engaging, there would be tendencies that you would be feeling, okay, you would be feeling muscle pains, okay, in all over your body, okay? Okay. Okay. So, and the thing is that in this with this pain, you are actually what is actually happening to you is that your body is actually still pumping blood, okay, at a very rigorous manner, wherein the blood flow in your body is still rapid, wherein you actually have lactic acid deposits in your muscles. And the only way to be able to remove this would be through cool down exercises. Okay. And after which, after you hydrate yourself, it would be totally eliminated by urination or defecation after. Okay, so that is the idea of cool down exercises. And mainly some examples of cool down exercises would be another 5 to 10 minute brisk walking or swimming laps for 10 minutes, okay, at your own pace. And then last one would be stretching for 20 minutes. Okay. So could you please give us the importance of stretching again, Miss Jataas, Jeremy, or Hataas?
Jataas po.
Okay, Miss Jataas, go ahead.
Stretching can improve flexibility and range of motion about a joint. Stretching may also help improve your performance in some activities by allowing your joints to move through their full range of motion. However, studies haven't consistently shown that stretching helps prevent muscle soreness or injury.
But the thing is that this would help your body be able to recover accordingly to the body's needs when it so that you won't be having or experiencing any types of injury. Okay, so with that one, my dear students, okay, there would be other types of flexibility stretching exercises that could be done, and let us identify what are these. Miss Laksamana, could you please tell us about corrective flexibility?
Corrective flexibility is designed to help improve muscle imbalances and alter joint motion. It includes myofascial release, foam roll techniques, and static stretching. This form of flexibility is appropriate for beginners who compensate and have muscle imbalances.
Okay, especially if it's going to be your first time to engage yourself in physical activities. Self-myofascial releases would be a foam roll that has ridges in it, and it is actually being used to make your muscles flow even better as you roll it into the different parts of your body. Okay, next one is active flexibility. And Miss Mutia, could you please tell more about it?
Active flexibility is designed to improve the extensibility of soft tissue and increase neuromuscular efficiency by using reciprocal inhibition. This style of flexibility allows agonist and synergist muscles to move a limb to a full range of motion while the functional antagonists are being stretched.
And the thing is that the idea to this one is to be able to improve also on the range of motion of the different muscles when you engage yourself next time in physical activity. And the last one would be functional flexibility. This uses myofascial release techniques or the foam rollers again and dynamic flexibility, wherein the form of flexibility would be appropriate for athletes. Now, on this note, usually, my dear students, for functional flexibility, the exercises that are being used here would be correlated with the sport or with the physical activity that the individual or athletes will be engaging in. Okay. And just before we go into the guidelines, okay, when you do stretching exercises, I would want you to first think of, okay, times that you were able to do exercises, okay, wherein you are going to be engaging yourself in different physical activities. And to that note, okay, to that note, since we have passed already on this note, we also need to take a recovery time. So, my dear students, I'll be giving you first a 10-minute break. Okay. If you need to grab a drink or relieve yourself in the toilet or in the comfort room, I'm going to be allowing you. So it is 7:40 right now. Come back at 7:50, and then we are going to be continuing with the different guidelines of proper stretching and what do you call this? Focusing and an exercise program that would be focusing on your midsection or core. Okay, so see you at exactly 7:50. Okay. So sorry about that one. Something erupted. So sorry. Okay. So with this one, my dear students, let us now continue with the main idea of the guidelines or the different guidelines of your proper stretching. So for items 1 to 5, could you please read, Miss Heredia? Ay, hindi. Tapos na pala si Miss Heredia. Sorry. Okay. Ayun, okay. So, Miss Laschetti, could you please read item 1 to 5? Hello, Miss Laschetti. Okay. Miss Nabawnag, Charlene, could you please read item 1 to 5 on the guidelines of stretching?
Guidelines for proper stretching. Number one, determine posture or position to be used. Ensure proper position and alignment prior to stretch. Number two, emphasize proper breathing. Inhale through the nose and exhale through pursed lips during the stretch. One may stretch with eyes closed to increase concentration and awareness. Number three, hold and points progressively for 30 to 90 seconds and take another deep breath. Number four, exhale and feel the muscle being stretched, relaxed, and softened so that the further ROM is achieved. Number five, discomfort may increase slightly, but continue to focus on breathing.
And the thing is that these are going to be very, very simple yet helpful guidelines for you to be able to do the stretching exercises properly, especially for item number one, that you really have to look for the proper position and body posture for you to be able to effectively do the exercises correctly. Okay, so next one, the items 6 to 10. Let's have Miss Nepomuceno. Miss Nepomuceno.
Rinig po ba ako?
Yes, go ahead.
Number 6, repeat the inhale exhale stretch cycle until the end of the available range for the day. Number 7, do not bounce or spring while stretching. Number 8, do not force a stretch while holding the breath. Number 9, increase stretching range during exhalation. Encourages full body relaxation. Number 10, slowly reposition from the stretch posture and allow muscles to recover at natural resting length.
And the thing is that if you are going to be doing this in a more uh, regular basis, the more you are able to see, okay, the effectiveness of your stretching exercise improving or being applied to the improvement of your body during physical activity. Okay. Um, now, okay, goal setting. Okay. Now, of course, that if you are going to be engaging yourself in any physical activities, all you need to do is also decide, okay, on what would you really want to happen to your body, and what would you want to do to your body for you to be able to see the progress that you would want to happen. That's why you also need to look into goal setting. And to be able to look into that, you have to be smart or follow the SMART acronym to be able to identify an effective workout program. So, Mr. Paredes, could you please tell us what is S and M in SMART? Mr. Paredes? Okay. Miss Roblico? Miss Shane Roblico? Okay. Miss Jean Veras?
Letter S, specific. Goals are straightforward, details, focus efforts, and clearly defined with is to be accomplished. Example, a general goal will be increase upper body strength, but a specific goal would say, I want to increase the number of push-ups I can do. Letter M, measurable, must be
Okay.
able to answer the
So
question.
mainly you have to be specific. What would Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Letter M, measurable, must be able to answer the question how much, how many, or how will I know when it is accomplished. Example, a general goal will be I want to do more push-ups, but a measurable goal will be I want to increase the number of push-ups I can do by 4.
And the thing is that if at any point that you would be asking yourself, okay, what would you really want to happen to your body? And if you are going to be looking into that one, you better ask yourself, would you want to lose weight? How much? Okay. It should be measurable. Okay. So if you're currently at 100 pounds, you would be telling yourself that I would want to lose exactly 5 pounds, okay, to be able to sustain and maintain my good health. Okay, so that is how you are, how is being specific and measurable. Next, being aggressive requires you to attack on your achievement in a very rigorous or realistic manner. And be realistic. You just don't tell yourself, okay, I'm going to be losing 5 pounds in 1 week. It should be achievable, it should be reachable, and it should be relevant. Okay. And you must be able to give yourself a limit or a deadline. When would you want to achieve this? Okay. Because if you are going or if you're going to start to take care of your body, okay, you have to be kind to it first because you only have one. And once your body is gone, that's it. Okay. Now, on this note, my dear students, let us now talk all about more of your core or your midsection. Okay. And what is this all about? Miss Vertusio, could you please read what is it all about?
It is all about the entire trunk region with the skeleton and connective tissues providing a structural framework, while the muscles of the trunk cause, control, or prevent movement.
And the thing is that this is the part of your body wherein it is responsible for holding your upper and lower body. So these are the different abdominal muscles that we are going to be focusing on, wherein they have the same, okay, they have the same things, or they have the same function that you are going to be doing as you move your body. Okay, so these are the different parts of your abdominals, okay, that is found in your midsection or in your body, wherein the two things that your midsection would be able to do would be core stability, wherein it you have the ability to control the position and the motion of your trunk as you move, and core strength is the ability of the core musculature to exert or withstand force, especially if you are going to be having external bodies being what do you call this, enhanced to you or being given to you. Okay, so there are four primary movements of the trunk that comprise during, okay, during your core training. Okay, so you have your flexion, your extension, your lateral flexion, and your rotation. Okay, now in considering your exercises, okay, to address musculature of the core, the in the health and fitness professional, you are actually doing two types of exercises. You have your isolated, okay, and you have your integrated. When we say isolated, you are actually focusing only on the exercise that would only look into, or that would only be focusing on the muscle part that you are going to be focusing on. On the other hand, integrated would be doing certain exercises, yet it is not focusing on your core area or on a certain muscle group, but you are still letting that muscle group or your core be still engaged. Okay. So an example of core exercises that are isolated and integrated would be the following. So for example, let us look into this one. Okay, extension, anti-extension, and integrated. So for extension, you have your back extension, okay, which actually is focusing on your lower back. Anti-extension for arm plank, okay, wherein you are actually engaging the whole, okay, the whole contraction of your midsection. And then integrated is that you are actually doing an exercise, okay, with the use of your arms and your legs, but your abdominals are still engaged. Okay, so mainly these are examples of core exercises that you are going to be doing. So here are other examples. Okay. And here are specific categories on how are you going to be doing it. So, mainly, my dear students, this is considered an isolated, okay, example of the different core exercises that you are actually or that you could engage in. Okay. Now, on this note, okay, if you are going to be starting an exercise program, okay, you must be able to do them in such a way that you are able to be guided on how are you supposed to be exercising accordingly. And that would be through the FIT VP. F for frequency, wherein you are going to be identifying how many times are you going to be exercising in a week. Would it be 2 to 3 times, 3 to 4, or 5 to 6? Intensity, will you be giving only 50%, 60%, 70%, or 100% to a certain exercise? Time bound, okay, how long would you be exercising? Is it only for 20, 30, 40, or 50 minutes? What type of exercises? Is it powerlifting? Is it going to the gym? Is it triathlon? Is it cycling? Is it running? Volume, okay, what would be the amount or how many exercises of core exercises that you're going to be focusing, and progression would be the rate of advancement or how hard are you going to be exercising for a certain body part. Now, all of these information that I have shared to you, my dear students, were made, okay, by not just merely pure research, but these were actually done through not just research, but through actual experiences. And I have based these researches through the following individuals. We have Emilia Clapp, who is a nutritionist and dietitian. We also have Dr. Michael Clear, who is a psychologist, wherein he was able to identify what could happen to a person if he's going to be engaging in a regular exercise activity. And this study is actually based on the National Academy of Sports Medicine that would entail everyone to start an exercise program that they want to be engaged in. Okay. So with that, my dear students, okay, these are the things that we have focused in for today. Wherein for the coming weeks that we are going to be having our sessions, I am going to be imparting to you the next sets of physical activities that you are going to be engaging in. But we are going to be doing this in a progressive manner. So hindi ko po kayo bibiglain, okay, with the exercise programs that you are going to be doing. But instead, we're going to be starting with light workouts first, okay, to be followed by different types of progressive exercises like circuit training, high intensity training, and functional intensity training, or functional interval training. And the last one would be neuromuscular exercises. Okay? So for today, my dear students, hindi ko po muna kayo bibigyan ng any exercises or performance tasks that you're going to be doing. But what I would want you to do right now is try to identify first, okay? My question a while ago, what is your fitness level? Okay? And try to compose yourself or program yourself that in the following weeks that you are going to be engaging yourself in different physical activities. Okay? So, with that, my dear students, that marks the end of our session for this morning. And mainly for the rest of the time, I will let you rest first. Okay, but before you go, I would just like to appeal again to everyone that I'm just trying to finish three more sections or three more courses with their midterms before I encode your grades in our system. Okay, and also, um, please also do not forget to answer your online teacher's evaluation. Okay, that is currently open already, not just for physical education, but also for your other subjects. And please ensure to answer them on or before October 12th so that you won't be having any problems viewing your grades later on. Okay. So with that, my dear students, if there are no further questions or clarifications, I would allow you to leave already your session for today. Thank you very much for attending, and I'll see you next week. Have a great day, everyone.
Goodbye and thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po, sir.